Pretty much. So when I finish the first verse bit, are you gonna pause and then start playing it? You want?
I think I went into like to a sort of second verse thing, straight into it.
Aye.
But yeah, just piss about.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can go straight into it, but just play the first couple as like intro to the verse, just to give us time to get me timing. Once I start.
Welcome to the Bones and B Banter with Forgotten B and our special guest today, NoOneSunn.
Hello. Hi.
So,
hey guys.
How's everybody doing today?
Delicious. Awesome. Yeah, great, thanks.
You've been playing with
Excuse me.
Yep, no problem. So, before we get into full discussion about the new album, what's been going on? B, you first. What's been going on with you?
Ooh, my list gets bigger.
Oh, never mind then. Skip.
I don't want to bore you.
Yeah.
Round it up in a second. I'm organising a poetry event on the 28th of May. First one is a spoken word event, and I'm not doing anything apart from the organising. But I have been asked to do a spoken word event, and that's going to happen in June in my local town. So I've got to decide how I'm going to do that. And also, on the back of my last radio show, somebody contacted me and said about doing a poetry book. So I was like, ooh. So I'm in talks now about bringing out a poetry book, so I'm quite excited about that as well. And I've also set up a gig in Frome for Ed Blaney, and we've played his music, and he's got a new album out. That's the 26th of May. Hello?
Yep.
So, yeah, really cool, exciting stuff. Yeah, all a bit, you know, out of my comfort zone, but jumping in and doing it all, I suppose, is cool.
Well,
What about you, Boney?
Mainly busy with work more than anything, and I'm finally taking a weekend off this weekend, so there'll be no New Music Saturday this Saturday, unfortunately, but I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break off, and just to kind of give a recharge, because the retard, my God, it's been a long, it's been a long day already, so I.
Political correctness for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, screw PC, right? So, anyways, but other than that, yeah, just been busy, but a few weeks, there'll be a lot of shows coming up, local shows, which I'm very excited to go see. So, Gypsy Ghost, Bodhi Jar, and possibly a few others. So, that's what's going on.
Cool.
So, now to our special guest. Guys, you just finished and pretty much released a new album called Ghost, and you were telling me, well, via DM, that is, that you guys made a couple of lineup changes. Now, any specific reason for it they can talk about, or at least tiptoe around?
I'd rather tiptoe around, probably.
Okay.
Why am I going? Nick,
Everyone's playing.
no, for a a while, things haven't quite been working. So we decided to pull it back to just a writing project with me and Nick.
Right.
Because that's basically what NoOneSunn originated as, and NoOneSunn basically pretty much every recording is just me and Nick. So we took it back to that, and we started thinking, let's get Craig back involved. Asked if he wants to come back in on drums, but have more of an input, because for most of the recordings, it's the majority of stuff is everything is performed by me and Nick. So we got in touch with Craig saying, "You interested in having a bash, but come in as a full member, as a writing member?" And he was, "Yeah, let's go for it." So we kind of formed that way, and it's going quite well.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Have you had the arguments yet?
No, we never argue.
Shut up, Jamie.
Yeah.
Bitch.
No, we don't
We're on
like
the couch. We're on the couch tonight, mister, if you start again.
I think what we normally do is we'll put an idea across, and then I'll think that we've all fallen out, but we've not. So we're like, do you know what it is like being married with Jamie and Craig? It's like a three-way marriage.
What more
guitar.
could you want?
Exactly.
I'd like to do less cooking. Nobody appreciates me. Me too.
We never go out anymore.
I've had enough of your lip now.
I'm not saying anything. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, right. So sometimes you can't help it. You say shit. Oh, say stuff anyways. What?
There's a lady present. I'll just remind you.
You're not a lady. Get.
Jamie's post-op now, B. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's your big secret operation? That's Nicola.
Anyway, yeah, so that's us.
So, can you tell us, what it's like to create the album as opposed to, the EP? Because for me, I did a review on it, and I rarely do reviews, but I was so impressed with it. So, just tell us a bit more about, how it's flowed doing this album, or what the difference is.
I think this was easy. This album was quite easy because we've had quite a few of the songs for a long time. We've been listening to them. There was a couple of tracks on there which, Hey You, I think that's about 2 years old because we could never, ever, ever sort of get anything that we were happy with. Amnesia, that's probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, Running was originally lined up for the first album, and then we realised it was it was to the music of What a Life by Noel Gallagher.
Yeah.
So we had to redo that. And Hey You, we struggled. Hey You, the verses were instant, but we struggled with the chorus for so long on that, and there must have been 8 or 9 different choruses we've tried with that, and different variations before that worked. But it's been great, actually. Really, same process as all of them.
Yeah, a lot of the tracks we've had for quite a while is something that I might come up with, because Running was a song that I wrote probably 5 years ago, but it was a different song, so we changed it. And then the Dreaming, that was a riff that I sort of had it tinkling about, and then Jamie come up with a chorus for it, and then Craig jumped on and came up with the amazing drums that are on there now. So a lot of the stuff we've got on that album we've had for quite a bit. The one that I really, really, really like, and the one that I'm quite proud of, from all of our point of views, is I Just Want to Go Home, the last one.
Right.
That was like I think it was was it a one take, Jamie, on everything? Dusty did about 3 days.
Yeah, because we were going to redo stuff, and we sat down and thought, actually, no, we were kind of like the rawness of this because of how it came about, really.
Yeah, because I've got a bad throat on that one.
Mm.
So actually, I think I had a chest infection, but it just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it does. And that last song was kind of about all when we decided we just needed to pull it all back,
right,
and take it back to how it is. So yeah,
now
good.
My question would be,
it's impressive to hear that you haven't just dropped stuff, that you have revisited it and then you've actually made it work for this album. I find that really good, because obviously when if you're struggling with it, you're not just binning it, you're setting it aside, and then you're giving it another dimension, another time, which is fantastic, isn't it? Really.
We've got a folder, what we call the ideas folder, and basically, if I come up with something, I'll chuck it in, and Nick will chuck something in, and we must have, I don't know, easily 60 tracks in there that we can visit, and things like, for instance, the track "Dreaming" was a riff Nick came up with ages and ages ago. But it was literally just a guitar riff. There were no drums, no bass or anything. We kind of threw that together, and we think actually it'll take one of us in a certain direction, and one of us think actually that's quite good. I like that, and each will hear something that the other hasn't heard, and we'll take it and we'll think, oh wow, I never thought that would have happened. I mean, Craig said he wanted to work on the drums for Dreaming, and I was thinking, I nearly said to him, no, it's not important. Go and work something else, because I did a rough vocal melody of something on that. It's nothing like the original one, and I thought it was one we're going to bin. And Craig said he wanted to do the drums. I thought, oh God, well, I nearly said, don't bother with it. And he came out with this amazing drum beat, and Nick banging down this amazing vocal line to it. It's totally different. It's like boom, everything just clicked, and that's when it's really.
Yeah.
Well, and it's such a good way to do it, though. I mean. The fact that you have so much stuff to kind of go back and look at, because a lot of times, like you said, it's just not fitting at the time to go back. Well, it's like, now we can use it. Now we got something to go with it. Because
I think that's what's good about the way we write as well, and the processes we use, because we can take stuff, we can chop and change bits, we can try different ideas, and we'll see what fits. And everybody hears something different, and it takes it into a direction that each one of us would never think. Yeah, it's been great. I'm so sorry about that. That's my nephew. I'm going to have to step him down with a pen.
So it's awesome. It is awesome.
No, I was going to ask you, because you've said before, when we've interviewed you before, that you were going to release tracks through YouTube. So create videos and release it through YouTube. How effective have you found that?
It's been quite effective. I think because we've put a few videos out, like Ghosts. We've got a video from the Ghost, which has done pretty well. The only one we've released with like a generic lyric sort of video, if you like, is Colder, which again I think that's done really, really well. But it is something that we're going to do. But the songs that we put out with videos, I think we've done quite well, actually. I know Ghosts, I get like pulled up about that one all the time. Everybody seems to relate to that song in one way, shape or form, whether it's watching the video or listening to the lyrics. And I think it works. It does work. YouTube's great. It's the biggest place where people go and listen to new music. But yeah, as far as I think I can tell, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we're everything about us is homegrown. We do everything ourselves. You see, we do all the artwork, we do all the writing, we do all the recording ourselves, we do all the production, we do all the mixing, we do all the mastering, we do all our own videos, we shoot our own videos, we edit our own. We basically do everything ourselves. Probably because we're skinflints, northern skinflints. But it's nice being in control of the creative process to do it that way. So it's we've got loads and loads of ideas. It's just getting a chance and time to do them, I guess.
Now, with this album, because obviously I know you guys always do the mastering yourselves, but did you send it all off to get it done, or did you have it kind of like a half and half?
We've been using a thing called Lander, which we used for the 4 singles that we released last year, and we're quite impressed with it because we've done it ourselves, and it's kind of I don't know, it's you've got to be a proper mastering engineer to do it. And Lander's worked very well for us, I think. I think it's just taken a bit of time out from our end. I've been happy with the results. I think it's been very, very impressive.
I'm impressed with it. I think this album, Ghosts, is probably our. I really listen to this. Like, I've been going swimming every morning, and I've got it on in the van driving to swimming. And I've got it on full belt, and it's just. I think the way we record now, and the way we've gone from the first album on, "We Line Is Stolen," excuse me, is now everything seems tighter from a recording perspective. A vocal a vocal